I work with half a dozen Olympic level athletes, kind of have moderate success with Beijing a bronze medal and the London a silver medal. I thought Sushil would get a gold medal. In fact, I made a bet with one of my friends for 15,000 bucks. I'm not a betting man, but it was probably the best 15,000 rupees I lost. But what I want to do is, I'm very happy that a few of you are players. Okay, I hope one day I can put up at one of my seminars one of your pictures up here. I do really hope. And I like football. I like football a lot. And the reason probably we're at 100 plus in the global standing is because it's a journey. We have to learn to play football from every generation with the correct techniques, the correct nutrition. So my job is to teach you how to put the right food into your body at the right time. Sushil Kumar, one of the most humblest players I've ever met. Okay, humility makes a golden athlete. It's not that if you eat fish extra or chicken extra you become more humble. He's a vegetarian. If any of you are vegetarians, I can teach you with a vegetarian to be a world champion. So it's not about eating meat all the time. But there are certain things that you can do. And if you're a meat eater, thank your lucky stars you're living in Goa because you get the best meats over here. Okay, dinners. How long is a game of football? Okay, what games are in here? Football's in here? Yeah? Cricket? Okay, forget. Any cricketers don't spend a lot of energy. Squash players, tennis players. Okay, so let's focus on football today. Anybody not from football?
Running.
Running. Okay, so I'm going to put running into football because they're going to do a lot of things. This lady did 26 hours of non-stop aerobics. How long does football last? 90 minutes. Coach, how long do you train them? 2 hours? 3 hours a day? 3 hours a day. If they start whining, kick them. There's a lady who did 26 hours of non-stop exercise. So they're not handicapped and they can do 3 hours easily. So if anyone's whining, please kick them. Because the human body can go for 26 hours. Okay? What sport do you see? What sport do you see? Cricket. What did you see? Football. What did you see? What did you see? Santa Claus. What did he see? Cricket. Why is everyone seeing cricket? That was the first one. Golf. You're seeing golf. What do you see? Boxing. What's boxing? Boxing.
The right to say. What did I say?
You're trying to figure it out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Running. Karate. My job as a nutritionist is working with all of this with just one common component to all of this. What is that? No, in the human body, I'll ask you a question. In the human body, what is the common component that all these athletes are using? Energy? Muscle. Who said muscle? Yes, you're brilliant. Muscle. All the sports will use muscle. So my job as a nutritionist is to tell you in your sport how to utilize your muscle. So I want you to imagine a car. What car would you buy? Tell me, my friend, what car would you buy? If you had all the money in the world, dream car, what would you buy? Think carefully, okay? Which car do you want to buy? Okay, somebody wants to help him out? You want to help him out? What car would you like to buy? Mercedes. Which model? Okay, get back to me. Which car would you like to buy? Don't know. Pink shirt guy. What's your name? Pink shirt guy. It's my favorite color. Check it out, pink. What car would you like to buy? Any car, man. Tell me what car. Hey, listen, I'm not going to shoot you guys. I'm just going to give you a lot of tips today. Which car would you like to buy? Okay, can somebody help him out? What car would you like to buy? Hyundai, which one? Icon. Okay, keep this in your mind. What is the muscle in that car? The engine? Right? Okay, so you have to imagine, if I buy a car, what do I need to put into that car? Fuel, right? So, in a Mercedes Benz, will you put kerosene? No. So, you have to imagine yourself as a human body, as a car. Which car are you? Okay, so which car would you like to be? Mercedes. Okay, so now you have to think, how do I fuel this Mercedes at the end of the day? I said, what's your favorite car?
Ferrari.
Ferrari. Okay, so see, he knows exactly what car he wants to buy. His favorite car is Ferrari. So you got to think, okay, if I'm an athlete and I'm like a Ferrari, or I'm like a Land Rover, or I'm like a Mercedes Benz, what fuel do I need to put into that car? And in these athletes, there are different types of cars with different types of engine. So somebody earlier told me I'm a winger, somebody said I'm a midfielder, somebody said I'm a goalkeeper. Each one of your engines will be different. So you need to fuel for your engines accordingly. Alright? I'll get a little technical, but I'll move fast because mostly our players are here. You have to understand the engine requires with oxygen, without oxygen. How many of you have bikes over here? How many of you have bikes? Motorcycles? Everybody? Do you know in the engine there is the carburetor? You know it's a carburetor, right? What is a carburetor? There's one screw for petrol and there's one screw for air. I don't know, I rode a bike 10 years ago, so I don't know if the carburetors have changed today. But I'm presuming the air and petrol intake is there. Okay? In the human body, what is that? Oxygen. Different sports take in different amounts of oxygen. Right? So, Andrea showed me the running on the sprinting track that you had in the gym. Okay? So if somebody is sprinting over there, it's a 10-second sprint. There's not enough time to take in oxygen. We call that anaerobic. Now you guys who are footballers, yours is aerobic. What it means, you need to focus on your breathing. Because this is your engine, correct? You put in food, that's your petrol. This is your oxygen. All of this mix to give you performance. So it's very important that your breathing technique is correct and your fueling technique is correct. If these two techniques are correct, you can break the Guinness World Record. So forget a 90-minute match. You can go beyond 90 minutes. The thought process over here is fueling oxygen. And it doesn't come that, oh, Mr. Ryan said, I'm going to make a super formula. I'll put it in a bottle, I'll drink it and I can become Ronaldinho. Doesn't happen. It takes years of practice. So very, very important. Start at a young age. If you're under the age of 20, it's a good time to start changing your body biochemistry. Alright? This is for the coaches. Okay? A lot of focus is spent on training. The Olympic Committee on Sports Performance Nutrition released this document around 8 years ago. And what they said is that an equal focus for muscle enhancement, okay, is training, nutrition, rest and recovery. In India, what I'm finding out is that there is a lot of focus on training. Excellent. Good. A lot of the athletes do this, rest and recovery. Right? Coach, I'm not feeling really well. Where are you? Baga. Sitting at Brito's, enjoying a beer. Coach, I'm not feeling well. I don't think I can come to practice today. So rest and recovery. What about nutrition? So you're playing like a brilliant superstar. Okay, you're resting like a brilliant superstar. But are you still eating culturally or are you eating sports specific? Okay, so irrespective of who you are, whether you are a boxer, whether you are a doctor, whether you are a housewife, whether you are a Messi, everything depends on, I need to understand what is my engine capacity. Okay, so what are the benefits? The benefits of proper nutrition are decreased time of recovery. Can anybody help me out with this first one? Can anyone help me on this? Decreased time of recovery. What does it mean? Anybody wants to help me out? If I take proper nutrition, decreased time of recovery, so what?
Means you can perform better more often because the time between each peak performance becomes less.
Good. So you can perform better. Very simple. Let's say you have to go for an exam. Okay? Let's say you have to go for an exam. Okay? You have to study for the exam. If you get more hours of studying for the exam, obviously you do better in the exam. I don't know. I used to do worse. If I had more hours for the exam, I would do worse because I'd still be fooling around thinking, oh man, I had more than 6 weeks left of the exam. But the process here for you as a player is, how many days in a week do you train as footballers? How many days a week do you train as footballers? 6 days a week. Okay? I'm sure by Saturday your muscles are like screaming for rest. Am I right? If you have proper nutrition, you will ensure that a Monday workout which is coming after Sunday at 100%, even a Friday workout can be at 100%. Because you have eaten and you have rested correctly. That's very, very important. Most of you guys are on Facebook at 12 o'clock at night. I know this because all my athletes, suddenly update is happening. I'm looking at the time, Sushil Kumar, 11:50. Pick up the phone. Dude, what are you doing? Soja. TV. I tell athletes two things. You have no eyeballs and you have no taste buds. Don't watch TV. Don't be up late. You need 8 hours of sleep. So recovery is important. You get increased energy. Decrease loss of muscle tissue in season. Very simple thing. For the physios, you can do the in-body analyzer test, which will measure the fat to muscle ratio. It's a simple weighing scale. Okay? Clears. Very simple thing you do. When you start the season, middle of your thigh, take a tape measure. Take a tape measure. End of season, take a tape measure. If you have lost even 1/4 of an inch, you have failed as a player. Your thigh shouldn't decrease in size. Why? Your thigh shouldn't decrease in size. Because as a player, your entire energy and endurance will come from those muscles. Big muscle is better, small muscle is better. Big muscle. Because if you are losing muscle during season, it means you are not eating correctly. Increase stamina. How many of you can do a 100 meter in 13 seconds? How many of you can do a 100 meter in 13 seconds? Good. He has confidence. I like that. You're a bloody football player, man. You should know I should be able to do 100 meters in 13 seconds. Why don't you know that? The thought process is, if you want to be a brilliant European player, you first need to know who you are. So you need to understand, am I losing muscle? Can I do a 13-second sprint and cover 100 meters? Alright? So you need to know, do I have increased stamina to run 5 kilometers? Okay? So have a small logbook. I'm sure your coach is doing it. But why all the time depend on the coach to say, oh my friend, you did 3.47 seconds for this round. You should have a small log. All you guys have phones. In your phone, open a notebook. Today's training session, 5 kilometers, 29 minutes.